What's up, buddy? This is GameOrNought Unite, where we look at Pokemon Unite gameplay. We say what's good, what's bad, how we can improve, how we can get better. Remember, it's always progress, not perfection. Before we do have a look, make sure that you like, follow, subscribe, share, whatever it is you have to do to make sure that you keep up to date with what GameOrNought is doing. So, if you're not aware, Pokemon Unite came out last week. It's a MOBA, a multiplayer online battle arena. It is Pokemon themed, obviously. It's on Nintendo Switch. It's coming to mobile later on in the year. And I'm loving it. It's great. So are lots of people. But, and this is the important thing, it is a very tactical game. And you need to learn the tactics in order to rank up, play in higher ranks, and kind of, I think, get the full experience. You can get a great experience just playing standard or the quick matches. In fact, the quick matches are great. But if you really want to rank up, if you want to improve, then you need to learn the tactics and simple skills and basics of a MOBA. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to start a series where we have a look at some good plays, we have a look at bad plays, and we pick apart what worked, what didn't, how we can improve. Now, week one, early days, it's going to be my footage that all you'll see me playing my gameplay from week one. So let's dive in, let's have a look. It's good, just picking up some farms, just getting the mobs. So we see the two come up. Using Surf there from Slowbro. Lowland Ninetales coming in. And we pick up the two picks. Now, the reason I wanted to show you this early on is because one thing that is really key to learn is combos. So character combos in terms of where you are on the map. And one of the really strong combos I found early doors is Slowbro and Alolan Ninetales. Because they both have attacks that stall and slow down the opposition, meaning you've got more chance to attack and they've got less chance to escape. So if we watch it again, if we see when the two sneak up on them, so we're just picking up the farm. Don't forget the wild Pokemon. People forget that's how you're going to be leveling up. So they sneak up now, and yeah, the Ghastly uses Lick, pulls me in. One thing that they've not spotted is they're quite low levels. So they're levels 3 and 4. I'm level 5 here, and Ninetales level 6. We're already kind of outpacing them in terms of strength and probably move set as well. I'm a Slowbro. The Ninetales evolved. They haven't evolved. But then this is what happens next. So the Ninetales freezes them. So basically most of Ninetales moves freeze and slow down. I then hit them with Surf, which holds them in place and hits them a couple of different times as well. So now they're slowed and they're taking damage. Then Ninetales comes in, carries on with the freezing them. In fact, I actually think we do freeze the Ghastly. Yeah, we do. Freeze both, actually. And at that point then, there's no way out of it for them. They're locked in place, they're getting attacked. So I'd say that early doors are a big combo for me if you're playing Slowbro, or indeed if you're playing any of the defenders like Slowbro, Snorlax, Crustle. And the Alolan Ninetales will be a best friend for you because they're going to slow them down, and that's going to allow you to put in some really big damage as well as slow people down and lock them in place. There we go. Finish the Ghastly off. Now that one's quite early doors. That one's quite early on in the match. Let's have a look at one slightly later in the match. Still the same combo, still Slowbro and Alolan Ninetales, but slightly different. So let's have a look at one that's slightly later in the match. It's sort of more mid-game. Still the same combo though. So here it is. This is going to be a mid-game combo. Slowbro and Alolan Ninetales. We start off by trying to pick up the Rotom to put some pressure on their goal. We haven't sort of taken their goal out yet. Again, using our basic moves, freeze them in place, and that's Blizzard. And then this Lucario jumps in. Now this Lucario must be feeling pretty confident, about the same level of us. Obviously got much more damage output than I have. Thinking he's probably going to come and pick up the Rotom. So he's probably been hiding in the grass there or sort of around there. And then he's seen that we've got the Rotom low, and he's thinking, right, I'm going to swoop in, I'm going to steal this Rotom, turn the pressure around. Let's see what happens. So I use Surf. Take it back. So I use Surf, and Ninetales uses Blizzard. Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it's not Avalanche. So the Ninetales uses Blizzard, I use Surf. Both those moves then lock that Lucario in place. He's getting frozen, he's taking damage, he can't move. We've taken away his maneuverability. With any attacker or speedster, once you take away their maneuverability, once you take away their ability to get away, you are in control. So just be aware of that with anything like Gengar, Lucario, Cinderace, Venusaur, any attacker, any speedster, if you take away their mobility, then you are in control of that encounter. Yeah, and we easily brush him away because we took away his maneuverability. He came in, but he couldn't get out. And then all of a sudden he's pincered between two, getting frozen, getting slowed down, getting stalled, just taking damage. Then this Raboot comes in, and you can see how quickly we end up taking the Raboot away from there. I think we end up taking him out. Yeah, we do. Now, what I want to pause there is I want to talk about this Raboot. Okay, so this is really bad play. So what he's done is he's overcommitted. He's thinking, right, I'm going to come in and take that out. Now I'm using he. The Raboot's just come in. Maybe hasn't seen what happened to the Lucario. But this is still a bit dangerous. It's still risky play. If we go back here when the first Raboot first turns up, when he gets to there, oh no, you must see what the Lucario is. Then you run away. Don't take a 2-on-1 fight on. In a MOBA, 2-on-1 fights very rarely end up in your favour. There are some exceptions when you maybe use an AoE move or anything like that, but Raboot's not got a chance here. And you can see straight away how much damage is getting done. And we've got the Rotom with us as well, so we can't turn it into a 3-on-1. At this point, he should just run away. The Raboot's definitely got the pace to get out of there. Should get away. Tries to go back to the base, does good. So playing safe, going back to their goal. At that point, he should be legging it. Good, that's good play. Goes and gets the berry. At this point, again, you should be leaving. You don't want to be here. To steal a phrase from Stylosa on Unit Lost, get value. What's the value here? The value in a MOBA is your character's life. Okay? Every time you get knocked out, the time you get knocked out for is going to be longer. So what you don't want to do is you don't want to be out of the game. If you're out of the game, then that leaves lanes open, leaves goal scoring opportunities open. You want to be in the game. Actually, conceding goals isn't going to be that bad, especially at this point. This is the first goal. It's only worth 8 points. It's only got 8 points in it, sorry. So it's not going to be a match winner. It's not going to be a match loser. You being out here lets us score and lets us destroy that goal. And that might seem like that's really damaging, but actually, if you let us score, but you're still there, we've actually got something to think about. Whereas if we take you out now and score, we haven't got to worry about you. You're out of the game for a few seconds or for however long, and we've scored. So now we've completely won that scenario. In this scenario, Raboot should run away, save their life, go and maybe pick up some wild Pokemon, raise their level up, and then keep themselves alive. And then, okay, we've scored and we've destroyed the goal, but you haven't been out of the game. You've still been able to contribute by getting experience and by building yourself up. So one of the biggest mistakes I see early days in MOBAs is people trying to take on battles. And actually, sometimes you need to walk away. You see here, I mean, really commits there as well, because it rushes into the middle of us. And gone. So those are kind of two really good examples of what I think is a really good combo at the moment in Slowbro and Ninetales, or indeed any defender and Ninetales. And also just a little bit of advice on don't dive into combat. Go into combat when you can win combat. If you can't win the combat, don't go into it. There's no need. You don't get any benefits really from little poke damage of opposition. If you can't win that combat, if it's 2-on-1, 3-on-1, you're not going to win it. So go away, get wild Pokemon, and come back to it. So I'm also going to show you now a little tip, a little trick that you can use. And this works for any Pokemon that's got a mobility move. So any dash move, any agility, acrobatics, things there, acrobatics, Hex on Gengar. And this works if you've had a Rotom or a Zapdos. So if you've had a Rotom or a Zapdos and the enemy's goals are vulnerable, this is a move that you can use to get onto the point and score. All right, so let's have a look. So we start with a little 2-on-1 fight. Again, you can see Ninetales and Slowbro absolutely wrecking that Bulbasaur. Shouldn't have been there at all, should have run away, but once it was there, it was stuck. So our Rotom then makes their goals vulnerable, okay? So we want to get on there, we want to score. There is is that Garchomp at this point? I think that's a Garchomp at this point. Garchomp's on the point now. That means that if I try and score, I'm not going to have a lot of chance. So I want to get past him, I want to score without making myself vulnerable. Now with a Slowbro I can use Surf, but with a Gengar you could Hex or Agility on Zeraora. So I want to get past him, I want to score. Now I only have to get onto the point to score. Because it's vulnerable, I don't need to hold it down. Normally, if you try and score and someone does damage to you, it stops your attempt to score. However, because it's vulnerable, because of Rotom, we can just get on, hold down X, and we'll score basically immediately. But I don't want to make myself vulnerable. So here's what I do. So I Surf onto the point. Now, the benefit of doing this with Surf is that that also stalls him out and holds him in place, does a little bit of damage. With moves like Agility, Volt Switch, Hex, you're not going to pause them, not going to stall them out, but you are going to get into the point. But if you've got somebody blocking your way who's doing damage to you, use one of your movement abilities to get through them and score. Now remember, it only works if their goal is vulnerable. So only if there's a Rotom or a Zapdos in play. If it's just normal, you're just going to stall them out, you're going to start scoring, they'll take you out. But if you've got that opportunity, you've had a Rotom or a Zapdos, and you've got an agility move, and you need to get past somebody onto the point, that's how you can do it. Use one of your movement, and then get out of there. So as I said before, I mean, it's a bit selfish of me, really. I just kind of left the Ninetales to take it. But like I said before, the value is in your life, and what's the value there? What's the value of me getting into a 2-on-1 fight? Because the Ninetales was pretty low in health. What's the value of me getting into a 2-on-1 fight? There isn't one at that point. There's no value in me getting knocked out. I might as well at least try and run away. If they chase after me, then I've kept them busy. They're not doing anything else of value. And that's the other thing. Sometimes value comes from keeping other people busy. I'm keeping them busy. They're chasing me. They're not doing well Pokemon. They're not really contributing. Especially if I get away. They've wasted time. Which I do get away. So if you have a character with an agility move and they have a vulnerable goal, use your agility move, get on there and score, and then get out of there. The reverse is true. If you can get onto the goal without using it, then get onto the goal, score, and use your agility move or your maneuverability move to get out of there. But don't hang around. When you score a goal, don't hang around. Get away from there, because what's going to happen? They're immediately going to dive onto that goal. Because they're probably already on their way. If you then destroy the goal, they're still coming. If you score the goal, they're coming. So get on, score, get out. And if you have to use a maneuverability move to do it, that's how you can do it. Now, I also want to show you, when I'm talking about value, that sometimes dying has value. And I want to show you what I mean by that, because it's a rare example, but it does exist. You can sometimes get value from death. Now, in this situation, we're in the final 30 seconds or so of the match. And it was quite a close match. You can see they've taken 2 of our towers. We've taken 2 of theirs. It's going to be a pretty close match. We've got the Zapdos. So we are now in the situation where we've got the advantage, okay? Once you've got the Zapdos, and by the way, this is another thing I've been noticing. Once you've got the Zapdos, score. Get to this point and score. The goals are vulnerable, so it'll be quick to do. And you've got points in the bank. what I sometimes see is I see people beat Zapdos and then get into a team fight. No, get out. Get out of a team fight and go score, which is what I do here. So you can see some of my team are still in a team fight. But I've got 50 points in the bank. People are there. I need to go and score. So that's what I do. My team gets a KO. That's great. Now, at this point, I will be honest, I panicked. I was thinking I'm going to lose 20 points here, and I'm not going to get a chance to score again. At this point in the game, I'm going to be knocked out, probably for like 20 seconds. I'm not going to get a chance to score. So I did panic a little bit. But then I remembered that with Slowbro and with a lot of defenders, I've got a lot of stalling attacks that slow them down. I've got my Unite move. I've got Surf as well. I've got Amnesia, which reduces my damage. So I panic, but we still kind of get through it. So Gengar turns up, especially late game. You're thinking Sludge Bomb, Hex combo, we're in trouble. I've got my Unite move, so I fire my Unite move off. Why do I do that? Well, one, it's going to stall him, but two, it makes me unstoppable, and it stops any movement hindrances as well. So if you've got Slowbro, Slow Beam, you might think it seems like an odd Unite move because all it does really is it sort of stops the opposition, drains them a little bit. Actually, it makes you quick. It makes you into a quick bro. And that's what I needed here. I needed to slow them down. I need to be faster than a Gengar. We do that. But then what I do, and this is a little trick I learned when I used to play League of Legends a little bit, is I wanted to bait him into using his Hex. Because I know he's got that Hex there, that maneuverability. So I wanted to bait him into it. So here's what I did. I kind of ran past the point. I wanted him to come past the point. And then I fired off Surf again to stall him and slow him down and give me the opportunity to score. Because it's a Zapdos and their goal is vulnerable, I only need to really have a second. I need to have that second. So I bait him into using the Hex. Ha 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 ha. Great Gengar name, by the way. Stall him with the Surf, which almost goes wrong because he hexes the wrong side of me for what I wanted to do. It gives me a chance to do this, right? So there's 100 points in the bank, doubled from Zapdos and 50. No, sorry, 50 points in the bank. Sorry, from Zapdos. Now I'm going to try and get away. Spoilers, I don't. The Eldegoss Gengar combo. However, here's what I've done. I've gotten value from that death. We are in a tight game. I've scored 100 points there. So even if I die at this point, it doesn't matter because I've got nothing to contribute. Now I've scored. I've got 0 points in the bank. There's 18 seconds left. So what's the best value I can get out of this scenario? I can keep them busy. Now, I'll be honest, I didn't know about the Eldegoss. I was just trying to keep the Gengar busy. But now, their attention is on me. Then their attention isn't on the rest of my team. I've got 0 points to bank, so I'm not going to lose anything by dying. So there's value in me keeping them busy. Now, obviously, I'd prefer not to have been knocked out. But in this instance, there was no real point in me trying to escape completely. I might as well keep them busy and get value in that. Just be aware that, especially late game, last minute, if you've got points in the bank, scoring those points can be essential to a win. And this is where you're going to get value out of your character in getting knocked out. Early game, you don't want to get knocked out. That's the last thing you want to happen. Early, mid game, you want to try and avoid that, absolutely. Late game, when it's tight, especially when it's a tight game, in this scenario, we've got the Zapdos. Let's get those points on the board.
What a goal!
Yeah, I wish I should have. I could have maybe got away if I'd surfed away, but I wanted to lock them up. And yeah, we don't get away in that instance. I'm going to show you this one. This is the last of kind of the positives, really. The guide, the tips, the advice. In terms of the positives, what I did well. We're going to have a look at some mistakes I made in a minute, but let's have a look. So this is me making a mistake and then saving it. So I go front line with Slowbro, which is no, and you'll see why not in a minute. And Ah, right. All of a sudden, there's three on me, and I'm struggling here. However, again, I've got stall moves and I've got eject button as my item, so I know I've got ways to get out. I'm using Scald in this match because I wanted to try out using Scald. Surf would have given me even more maneuverability. So I'm on the front line, which was a mistake. Then they're coming after me. Luckily, Greninja, and by the way, can I just say, not enough people play Greninja. That double team move is an absolute nightmare to defend against. Because you've got no idea where the real one is, and it's an absolute nightmare. But it's an absolute lifesaver here. So I use my escape button there to get a little boost away. Didn't get as far as I wanted. So now I'm going to use my Unite move, a bit like with the Gengar one, partly to slow them down, partly to drain them a little bit, but also because it then makes me quick. It gives me that movement speed boost. But it means I can't get hindered. Pick up the berries, and I survive. But I was in a bad situation there, and the only reason I got out of it is because I used my Unite move and I used my item. And that kind of leads us now into some mistakes to avoid. So what I do here is I decide that I'm going to solo with Slowbro. Now there are some characters, the attacking characters, some of the speedster characters, you can definitely solo certain parts of the game with. Here I decided, I'm going to Slowbro solo bro, and it does not go well. So to begin with, this is good. Me and Ninetales, good combo. Doing well on Rotom. That's a poor use of Ninetales' Unite move there. There was not, don't use it really on one person if you have to. Use it on a group. It's a group attack. It's there to get an area of effect. But then Ninetales rightfully kind of says, okay, well, I'm going to go and have a look at this problem, see whether we can deal with it. I should at this point start moving more towards my goal down here in the bottom left. I should start to move down here. Because I want to be nearer my goal so that I can go back there if I need shields and health. I don't do that. Stay kind of toe-to-toe with Rotom, she's just dumb with a Slowbro. This is another thing. I know one of their team is about. I should have been looking up here and realised that Ninetales has been knocked out. One of their team is about. I know that. And I use my maneuverability move to attack Rotom. No need to do that. It wasn't a smart move. So then it leaves me stuck. Pikachu comes up. Steals the Rotom, which is insult to injury. But then I'm stuck. I've got nowhere to go. It's a 2-on-1 fight because he's got the Rotom. And yeah, I get taken out. No arguments. That can't argue. This is a big piece of advice for anyone who's kind of new to MOBAs and things like that, and anyone who's not new to MOBAs but is just an idiot like me. Be aware of who your character is. Be aware of what they are and what their role is, and don't try and push them outside of that role. Here, I'm trying to solo a Rotom when I know there's people around. That's not smart. What I should have done is I should have backed away. I'm a ranged defender, so I could have attacked from range, and that would have allowed me to get back to our goal and to get my shields and health. It was a bit of an overcommitment from me. But just be aware that if you're working in pairs and your partner disappears, you then need to reflect that in what you're doing. You can't just carry on doing what you were. So I'm going to show you another example now of where I foolishly frontlined with the defender. So this is actually with a Snorlax. Here I am, happy Snorlax. Can we also just take a second, please, to appreciate happy Snorlax's face? Look at it. It's a joy. So I like Snorlax. I'm not sure whether I prefer him to Slowbro. I think I prefer Slowbro, but I do like Snorlax. His shield ability is super helpful. Although I quite like your one, the shield ability. Here's what I'm going to do: is we're in a team fight. So now there's two of us. I think three. I think a third joins, and we're in a team fight, and it goes well to begin with. Cramorant's doing well. Love that Cramorant. First mistake, I completely missed my tackle. So I completely mistimed my tackle. So now a big damage attack and also a bit of maneuverability is gone. I completely fluffed that. At this point, what we should maybe do is play a bit more conservative. We know there's 3 of them around. There's 2 of us. We need to be careful. We don't. Now our Ghastly turns up and we think, okay, we're sort of even here. Of course, obviously they've got a Haunter, so they're higher levels than us. Always something to think about. Okay, that's good. We're doing some good damage to the Haunter. Maybe we can pick him off, turn the fight around. The problem is, though, they go back to their goal. Once they're back to their goal, we should be backing away. Okay, unless they are on the tiniest sliver of health, and there was only 1 of them, we should be backing away because they're going to go into the goal, they're going to get shields, they're going to get health, we are going to get stuck. And that's exactly what happens. And the biggest mistake I make here, and I'll go back here to see it, is I decide I'm going to frontline with Snorlax. So my team, Cramorant and Ghastly, are off. Off they go, bye-bye. And I decide, no, I'm going to go for this. Why I made that decision, I think I kind of got a little bit focused on the Haunter, which is an easy mistake to make. Getting sort of zoomed in and tunnel vision on one Pokemon, thinking I can get that and then get away. No, I can't get away. And all of a sudden, yeah, it's a 3-on-1. Ghastly does the right thing there. Cramorant does the right thing there. They don't want any part of that team fight. I've overcommitted. I've overextended. An easy mistake to make, but it's a huge mistake. It's a real costly mistake in MOBAs. If you're working as a team, work as a team. You're not going to solo 3-on-1. It doesn't matter who you are, okay? It doesn't matter who you are, whether you're Gengar, Cinderace. You are really, really minuscule percentage chance of winning that fight 3-on-1. As a defender, Snorlax, Slowbro, Crystal, you're not going to win a 3-on-1. And you haven't got the maneuverability to get out of there. So that was a really silly mistake, really kind of amateur mistake from me. I'm going to show you what I talked about, the idea of fighting them in their goals. And this is something else to avoid. So we start off in a team fight. There's 3 of us, I think 2 of them. So we're kind of feeling pretty confident here. We start off really well. Eldegoss, I think we're picking up in there, Lucario. At this point then, we should be gone. So, okay, their Lucario's low, their Eldegoss is low, but they're in their goal. Our damage is reduced, they're getting health, they're getting shields. We need to be out of there. We need to accept the fact that we didn't get those knockouts. We can back away, go and pick up some wild Pokemon, restart, get reset for the team fight. Okay, so this is also a little common mistake, and it's one I make a lot as well. You don't need to be on the goal to defend the goal. So as long as you can put damage into that area, you'll stop someone from scoring. And that's what Eldegoss here does and Zeraora does. You can be behind the goal. Now what that means is for you, you've maybe got berries there to heal up. You can get away quick if we destroy the goal. But also you're not in the front line. I forget that. And can you see what's happening here? The Eldegoss is getting health, the Eldegoss is getting shield, the Lucario is getting health, the Lucario is getting shield. We aren't though. And we haven't got any way to get health back. So even though we might be doing a little chip to them, they're overall going up. We're going down. And then when their Haunter turns up, well, now we're in trouble. And I think our Haunter tries to get away. I think our Zeraora might get away, actually. I don't. So what you want to avoid is avoid fighting in their goal. Okay, once they're in their goal, you've lost that. Well, you haven't lost. You've lost that encounter. You just need to back away. Reset. And again, it's a mindset of what's the value here? Are we going to get much value out of having a toe-to-toe fight with them in their goal? No, we're not. We're not going to knock them out. We're not going to get in and score a quick, sneaky goal. There's no value to this. This is really bad play from me. But the only excuse I can give is I'm kind of learning a new MOBA. But tactically wise, it is dumb. When there are other options, I mean, the Rotoms were there. We could back away and sort of nip away at Rotom a little bit. There's wild Pokemon near our goal. We could go away and nip away at those. There's better options, and you're not going to win that fight unless, again, it's a 1-on-1, 2-on-1, and they're in a tiny slither of health. Then you might, but otherwise, keep away from goal fights. You are not going to win that fight, and we don't. And then the last clip, I want to show you about Unite moves. This is the biggest advice I've got with Unite moves. Again, it comes down to value. Know what your Unite move is. Know where the value is in it. Now, I've talked about Slowbro's value in his Unite move. Slows them down, drains them a little bit, not a huge amount, and it gives you maneuverability. So the idea really with Slowbro's Unite move is to hold somebody in place so that other people can take them out. You're a defender, you're not an attacker. You're essentially kind of a tanky support. Or you can use it when you need to escape. So you can slow somebody down and run away. Especially if you're using, by the way, a buddy barrier as one of your held items. Gives you a shield, gives somebody else a shield. Gives you extra chance to get away. It is not a move that's designed to take somebody out. Maybe finish them off if you already put quite a lot of damage into them. But I'm going to show you an example now where I get really low value out of it. And it's a really dumb move from me. So I kind of escape here, so I've got, you know, we're sort of mid-game. Do that, pick away. And there's a Zeraora on our goal. So that's why I head back. So I see Zeraora turn up on our minimap. I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm going to go and try and stop them from scoring. It's unlikely that I'm going to get there in time. Don't get there in time, so they score. That was my fault again. I kind of overcommitted. Ended up having to come back. At this point, I've used Surf. And Poor Surf, I should have aimed it down the other way. But I've used it. I'm just trying to push them away. I want to get them away from the goal. And I look at the situation and think I'm going to use my Unite move. Now, this is really dumb. Here's why. First off, look at their health. I'm not going to take them out. So I'm not going to take them out. If I do take them out, even if I do, somehow there's a miracle that happens and I do take them out, then if I do take them out, they've got nothing. I've not won anything. I've not got anything. They've not got any points to score. So I don't get any benefit out of that. So just be aware of that. You know, think about your Unite move. And also, I'm in my goal. So why am I using it? I don't need to escape. I don't need to get away. I don't need the maneuverability. I'm not going to take him out. Even if I do take him out, he's got nothing to offer me. This is just a really low value play of a Unite move. And you might be thinking, well, you know, you could have maybe taken him out with another move. He's got the maneuverability to outmaneuver me, to escape from me. And I've used my Unite move. I've not got any value out of it. Not got any value out of it. He runs off. Okay, he's low health. So what? I haven't got any points from him. I haven't really got any value out of it. Be aware of what your Unite move is. Be aware of what the value of it is. Be aware of when you're going to get value out of it. Is it an aggressive move? Is it an attacking move? Or is it really designed to have another purpose? Is it designed to support? Is it designed to defend? Is it designed to slow down? Is it designed to give you in and out ability, maneuverability? Just be aware of that. So there you go. A couple of tips, a couple of bits of advice, some things that went well, some things that didn't. Hopefully we can learn, make progress into week 2. What I'm going to ask you is if you've got any clips that you've saved, or you've got an entire match. I'd love to just go through and break down an entire match. Then email them in. You can email them to GameOrNought@gmail.com, and I will put that in the video description as well. Just subtitle it with Pokemon Unite gameplay, or just something to let me know what it is and what I can see. Give me the breakdown. Who are you playing as, and what do you want me to see and what do you want me to look at. I'd love to see what other people are doing, love to see what other people are getting on, look at what you're doing well, but also maybe give some advice on how you can improve, and if things aren't going well for you, maybe give you some tips about how you can rank up. Don't forget as well to like, share, subscribe, follow, whatever it is you have to do. Keep in touch with GameOrNought and make sure you know when our next video goes up. Hoping to post these weekly, so looking at a week by week breakdown, and hopefully you'll see more of mine, and hopefully I will see more of your plays as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more Pokemon Unite gameplay breakdown. Goodbye.